Guys, WeSoar helps you motivate your teams. They just passed $23,000 a month in revenue, up from 14,000 just a year ago. But buried under that is a lot of that revenue a year ago was consulting. Only 1K was SaaS. Now, almost 21,000 of this is SaaS. They went from 11 customers down to 4. So they're moving away from SMB and more into larger market, larger enterprise deals. They're burning $23,000 a month in revenue with about 100K in the bank. So he's happy with 3 to 4 months of runway. Small team of 7, which they're staying and focused on being hyper efficient in terms of acquisition. They're using word of mouth, AI blog posts, things of that nature. Hey, folks, my guest today is Nisheeth Pathak. He is on a mission to elevate employee experience and bring fulfillment to 1 billion lives. He's building WeSoar.ai, which enables performance and elevated experience for employees. All right, Nisheeth, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So give us an update. You came on a year ago and you had just broken 10 customers. You were doing about 15,000 a month in revenue. Where are you today?
We've gone to about 23,000 in revenue, but the split has changed quite substantially. So last time we spoke, I think we were doing about 1,000 on SaaS and about 14,000 on consulting. We are now about 21K on SaaS and 2 or 3K on consulting. Obviously, consulting changes.
Congratulations. That's exciting. It's very hard to sell an employee engagement tool when everyone is laying people off in a recession. How have you kept your churn low?
So we are actually moving upscale. A lot of customers that we did refer to in the last kind of meeting about a year ago, we don't work with them anymore, because initially when the product was new, we had no choice but to work in the SMB space. We no longer work in the SMB space. We are working with much larger companies in the
And how many enterprises are you working with?
4 right now.
Okay, so you went from 11 customers down to 4, but you increased revenue.
Yes, that's right.
That's great.
We had customers which were giving us $20 a month. So obviously it does kind of show as a count on the customer table, but it doesn't really give you much.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. So what we are now kind of working on is the internal target of at least 100K ARR per client.
And you're at about 6,000 a month right now per client, about 70,000 ACV per client right now, right?
No. So some of the clients are at the very early stage of implementation, so I'm not counting their revenue in right now. So basically we are talking about on an average 10K a month.
I see. Okay.
For each kind of properly implemented case.
And have you gotten the business to the point where it can be sustainable long term? You were burning 25K a month last time we chatted.
It is still about the same. Maybe it has come down to 23, 24.
Okay. So have you raised more money, or you're still using the $205,000 pre-seed round you raised last year?
There is no money better than revenue.
Okay, so you didn't raise more.
No, we are not going to raise any more.
Okay, that's great. Do you regret raising the 200K last year at the 10 million valuation?
No, I think that was more around the kind of close circle of people who trusted me personally rather than trusting the product. So that's a separate thing. We needed a little bit of money to get started, but right now I think we are at a stage where I would very happily self-fund for another 6 months, 1 year.
And how many folks are on the team today?
7.
What about the product side of things? What is it doing today? Give us a customer use case study here.
So we've matured the product substantially. While I said we are 7 people, we are actually doing the work of 25, because a lot of junior roles are now being done by AI. So we don't have any junior product, junior information security, junior marketing, any of those. So all of those roles have been kind of taken over by AI.
Interesting.
The existing people are managing. So each one of us is literally doing the work of 5 people using AI.
Well, again, name a task that you've used to have someone doing, a person that now is done by AI.
Information security policies, for example. Right? Writing blogs. You don't need people to do that anymore.
Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time. You can see what it changed over the past 88 days and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your FounderPath dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right, so the teal is what a VC would pay, yellow is what private equity, and red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise, they sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of FounderPath, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview. Okay, so where I'm on your blog right now, which of these can I click on that was written by an AI?
Sorry, didn't get that. Say that again.
I'm on your blog right now. Well, actually, how do I get to your blog?
So you can find the blogs on LinkedIn, published by the VSOR handle.
Oh, I see. You don't put them on your website.
We don't actually use the website. So the website is there just for people to know that there is a website, but we don't attract traffic through the website. Every customer we are getting these days is through word of mouth. Every single customer. And literally after the first enterprise customer, the cost of client acquisition is 0.
Got it. Okay. Got it. I guess, so how do you you have 4 right now. How do you get more customers faster?
We are not in a hurry to get customers faster.
Well, you better be. You're burning 25 grand a month.
So we'll cover it. We'll break even by the time we get the next one paying their annual annual fee in advance. So we will break even with the next customer. We don't need to worry about that, which is why we don't need to raise cash urgently or anytime soon. We're happy delaying the fundraising a year or 2 years down the line.
How much runway do you have in the bank today?
We've always had a 3 to 4 month runway.
Okay, so you're comfortable operating with just today about 75, 100K in the bank, and then you're burning 25K a month. So that's 3 to 4 months of runway. Because
we know that there is constant kind of business coming through. It could be a one-off consulting deal, which is high value. It could be we don't. So our pricing is also annual in advance. We don't have the monthly payment kind of a thing. So we get cash upfront.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's just, how do you keep top tier talent when they know you only have 4 months of runway left?
We're just 3 people in the core team. We will not hit 10 people in the next 7-8 months. I don't need to hire more people.
You don't think you can pick off the top sales rep from your biggest competitor and add customers faster?
Not right now. We are, as I said, we are building a product that takes time and skill and love to build. We don't want to rush up and do anything which is suboptimal. We are competing with SAP, Oracle, Workday, Glint, those kind of companies. We better be much better than what those companies offer for us to stand a chance. So we are not in a hurry. We want to take it easy. We want to go with our close circle of initial customers who are helping us co-create the product, building the product with us. We are not in a hurry.
I mean, if I'm listening to this as a listener to the podcast and I hear a founder go, we're willing to take it easy here, I imagine I would be thinking, this guy's going to be eaten alive. This company's not going to exist in 2 years.
Your Airbus A380 doesn't take off vertically.
When did you launch the business?
The kind of beta testing started happening late 2021.
Okay, got it. So over 2 years, you've gone from nothing to $23,000 a month in revenue, and you're happy with that growth rate.
Yeah, we have grown. So if you take the last kind of discussion we had, we were at 1K. So we've gone from 1K to 23K or 22K in a space of 12 months.
Well, you were at 15,000. Is what you told me, at least, is you were doing 15,000 a month.
So yes, but consulting. A lot of that was consulting and not
I see.
recurring. The ARR was the MRR was about 1K. So 1K goes up to 21K.
Are you seeing healthy unit economics? Are people has anyone paid you on the SaaS fee and also canceled?
The initial round of customers, the SMB customers, we attrited a lot of those. Yep. We realized the product was not benefiting much from that association. They were using 10% or 20% of the product features. The product was not becoming any richer. So there was attrition in that lot. But in this current round, we also kind of insist on at least a 2 or 3 year contract. We don't do a month-on-month kind of a thing anymore.
When someone signs a 3 year contract with you, do you build in a natural accelerator from year 1 to year 2 of 4 or 5, 6%?
We give them a discount for a long-term contract. So we kind of assure them of no price increase over the 3 year term. But
why would you do that? I mean, a key thing of building a SaaS company is net dollar retention. You handicap yourself if you basically tell them we're never going to try and sell you more or build more value for you.
We build more by adding new features, not charging more for the existing features. Right. So for example,
but if you build new the other use case that you just described is what if you build new features, you can't now charge for the.
No, that will be a separate sale completely altogether.
Okay. So you can upsell them.
Absolutely. And in fact, a lot of focus is on getting more closer value and more closer alignment with the existing set of customers, where we go very deep in our relationship with them, understand them like a true partner, and then build on the size of wallet that we have with that customer.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. What other growth tactics are you trying here? Team of 7, what LinkedIn's working, AI blog posts, what else?
Word of mouth.
Okay, pure word of mouth. How do you incentivize word of mouth? How do you ask a happy customer for a review or an introduction?
We ask them and they do it. We don't have to incentivize anyone. They do it because
Nisheeth, what do you say? So is it an email after you deliver the first product spec that says, I hope you enjoyed this. Can you please introduce me to any of your other friends? Specifically, what do you ask for?
So it is generally an email or a WhatsApp or a phone call where we ask for referrals. Some of our customers have moved on to new jobs, and we are in discussions with them in their new jobs as well. So yeah, that's how it is working.
Is that a good or bad thing if a customer of yours changes jobs? Do you lose the business that they were the internal advocate for?
We always try to make the product talk, which is why the whole company should start loving the product, and it's not just one person's sponsorship. And this is a fact of life. People do move on. People change jobs. You can't change any of that. You have to live with it.
All right, very good. Let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite book?
Still the Black Swan.
All right, Black Swan. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
No, I've become a little bit disillusioned with a lot of CEOs recently.
And number 3, what's your favorite online tool, Nisheeth?
Currently, it's ChatGPT.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
6.
Okay, and situation, married, single, kids?
Still married, still 2 kids.
That's good. And I guess you had a birthday. Are you 45 now?
Yes, recently had mine.
Congratulations. Happy birthday. Last thing, something you wish you knew when you were 20.
No, nothing in specific. Nothing in specific. I think in retrospect, the life I've led is a good life, decent life.
Guys, WeStore helps you motivate your teams. They just passed $23,000 a month in revenue, up from $14,000 just a year ago. But buried under that is a lot of that revenue a year ago was consulting. Only $1K was SaaS. Now, almost 21,000 of this is SaaS. They went from 11 customers down to 4. So they're moving away from SMB and more into larger market, larger enterprise deals. They're burning $23,000 a month in revenue with about 100K in the bank. So he's happy with 3 to 4 months of runway. Small team of 7, which they're staying and focused on being hyper efficient in terms of acquisition. They're using word of mouth, AI blog posts, things of that nature. We'll see what happens next. Nisheeth, thanks for taking us to the top.
Sure. Thanks, Evan.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.